So this is our first meeting. I was really, we are really happy to see like the response that we received, on the study circle. So it is really, really good. Um, since today is our first session, we would like to first obviously do introductions, and I have like a small PowerPoint presentation as well, and I will share that. But let's first do like maybe a round of introduction. We had posted on the WhatsApp group a Google form where we had requested everyone to kind of tell a little bit about themselves, um, with why are you wanting to join this study circle, like what's your background. That kind of helps us to kind of align expectations, because as you know, this is a large group, and then some may be kind of newer to Prout, some may have a lot of years of experience in Prout. So it's obviously good to know, like what do you want to take away from this study circle, so that you keep coming like every week, and the interest is still there. So if you can mention that as part of your introduction as well, that would be really appreciated, and also like we can get to know each other as well. So does that sound good? Everyone is okay? And before we start the introduction, I'd like to kind of first introduce, our team. So even though like I'm right now talking, I will obviously introduce myself, but we are a team of uh, four or five, who are associated with Prout for like at least 2 3 years. We have been kind of working on a few things. So we'll introduce our team first, as to the team which is behind not just this study circle, but also some of the other things that we are doing, and then we'll just open the floor for the rest of the group. So let me introduce myself first with Namaskar. I am based out of Boston in United States. I have been in the US for around 20 years. And I was initiated in the year 1999. Um, I'm originally from India. That's where I was. I grew up. That's where I did most of my education. I came here for work, 20 years back, and I was initiated back in India in 1999. I have been associated with Prout, for a long, long time. But in the recent 3 4 years, in fact, a lot more involvement, during the COVID years with, a Prout study circle that we had prior to that, where I gained a lot of knowledge about Prout, and also um, kind of we have a Proud Now magazine. So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit. So this team has been involved, heavily with the Proud Now magazine as well. This is a global, multilingual, bi-weekly magazine that we bring up, and it's basically, you know, contributors, margis, non-margis, writing about, you know, anything. There are several things that, one writes about, the current world affairs, health, mental wellness. There are quite a few topics. So, and my personal passion is also to kind of, get youngsters into the path of meditation. I truly feel that in this world where there is so much going on, um, the key to kind of having to meditate kind of brings in different dimensions to one's personality. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. So I'd like to invite next is Madhusudan, who is part of our team, and he's in fact the editor in chief of our Proud Now magazine. So Madhusudan, please go ahead.
Okay, namaskar. Thank you, Manish. Um, uh, where to start? I'm currently, I'm based in Charlotte, North Carolina, currently in the Philippines. So I'm traveling around. Um, Initiated in 1971, I've been active in Proudest Universal since 1980. I've been the president of Proudest Universal in the United States for the past 20 years or so. Um, and always learning more about Prout. You can never learn enough. Okay, namaskar.
Rajendra Dada, you want to go next?
Let me unmute. Namaskar. My name is Rajendra. I am from India, Jamshedpur. I'm in 130 kilometers from Anandanagar. And by 1968, when I was 8 years old, I got initiated, and since that I'm associated with Ananda Marga. And as Brother Manish told, we are involved in PROUT since a few years, and that's all the introduction at present I am to say. Thank you.
Mayankji, please.
Namaskar, my name is Mayank Lal, and I'm based in Houston, United States. I'm from a Margi family, and I was initiated around 1988. I have been part of the Proud Now online editorial team, and just like everybody else, I'm trying to learn about Proud, and also I have interest in reading all these Proud books of Baba and trying to assimilate all the proud ideas, and it's a journey. Thank you. Namaskar.
Okay, maybe since Sarah Devi and Manindra are on camera, so let's come to them first. So, Sharada Devi, sorry, yeah, do you want to go next?
Namaste. Sarah Devi. I'm based in the UK, originally from Croatia, initiated in 88, and haven't held any organizational formal position for PROUT, but I was interested from the day one in PROUT.
Wonderful, wonderful, welcome.
Namaste.
Manavendra, do you want to go next?
Thank you. I'm Manavendra. Namaskar, I'm Manavendra. I was initiated in 2020 in January by Dada Sadananda. I was conducted some proud meetings, proud circles in Russia. That's all.
Okay, good. Thank you, welcome. Okay, we have Mahesh also on camera. Mahesh, do you want to go next?
Namaskar. I'm Mahesh from Zagreb, Croatia. I was initiated in 2013, but I'm from a Margi family, so I'm a Margi all my life, and I'm looking to learn more about Prout. I know some things, but I haven't went into depth personally, so maybe trying to learn more.
Wonderful, wonderful,
Namaskar.
great. Namaskar. Krishna NCA, Namaskar, Krishna, do you want to go next?
Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, my name is Krishna. I am originally from the Philippines. I met Madhusudan there about 30 years ago, and now I'm living in Northern California. That's basically it. Previously, a long time ago in Maharlika, I was the National Secretary of the Samaj Movement in the Philippines. That's all. And then today I'm the moderator of the Proud Global Proud Telegram group. That's it. And I'm
Thank you.
assisting Madhusudan in establishing the Samaj Samiti in New York sector.
Thank you, Krishna ji. Welcome, most welcome. Okay, we have Shrija Didi also on the call. So, Shrija Didi, can you please introduce yourself to the group? Unmute now.
Sorry, I'm not getting my video answer anyway. By the way, actually, I'm a very recent Marquee for that matter. I just got initiated in 2020 during Corona, and therefore I'm like full-time mark, I would say. And for me, Anand Marga is Prout and Prout is Anand. So I got introduced to Anand Marga through Prout. And then thereafter, it was like the Prout classes just opened up for me through Vimanan Dada. And thereafter, I have always been intrigued by what could be done through Prout. And that's all I'm looking for here. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Thank you.
Thank
I'm a
you.
lawyer by profession and in Chennai.
Next is Brother Vimal.
Hello everyone, namaskar. My name is Vimal. I'm living right now in Washington State, and I was initiated in 1993 in Los Angeles, and I read a good amount of Prout, um, and yeah, looking forward to getting deeper into it and maybe networking with people.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's it. Namaskar.
Chaitanya ji, yeah, please introduce yourself.
Namaskar to everyone. My name is Chaitanya Dev, and I am from Varanasi in India. It's a place which is historically related to Lord Shiva as well. I am a Proutist, and I realized it after one of the 3 hour Kirtans was concluded. And I have been associated with Prout for the last few years. I've done 4 levels in the Barabaya Prout training with Acharya Bimla and Abdulji. And I have been a part of discussions with most of you, as I can see there, in the, if not most of them, then many of them. I'm looking forward to these Prout study circles because Baba also has said that these should be conducted. And since we have so many people from all across the globe, then I'm looking forward to understand their perspective as per their block level. If they are thinking about their block level, because I've been wondering, we are talking about all the concepts, but the implementation, the block level is somehow not being talked about that much. So at some point in our study circles, let's see if we can get into that. So this is about me, and thank you so much.
Okay, I think we have covered everyone. We have Dada Anudhyananandji as well. Dada, do you want to introduce yourself?
Namaskar. I'm here in driving. I'm very happy that today we started our Proud Circle. I'm also working now in Proud Department as a Chief Secretary in New York sector. I welcome you all for this study circle, and those who are already engaged in making it more better. Our Manish ji, Mayank ji, Madhusudan ji, and Rajendra Dada ji. So I'm now in New York. And I hope we can do more better understanding about the Proud, this study circle. The Baba's idea is to know about more about this. So we should read, we should propagate it more into the public. They should know our new philosophy because Baba gave this Proud, such a beautiful philosophy for the whole society. So I hope you all will get benefit from this study circle online classes. So please enjoy those classes. I'm still in the car. I have to drive more longer. I'm reaching now in New York soon. So thank you all. Namaskar, Manish.
Namaskar. Okay, I think we have covered the introduction. So it's really nice to see everyone. It's a good sized group, I think, 12, 13 people. Hopefully, we can carry along, learn from each other and also be able to kind of discuss Prout. So since today is the first session, I did kind of, present or I did have like a small PowerPoint presentation before we start jumping into the topic because, I wanted to kind of, give everyone a sense of why this study circle is so important in the big scheme of things. There is a lot going on in the world right now. Obviously, everyone is kind of aware, and we as Margis always ask, when will Prout come, or how, what can we do to kind of implement Prout. But having being associated with Prout for all these years, I think there is a great need to have a focused study circle like this, which will clear a lot of concepts of Prout, because Prout is huge. It has so many different dimensions. Like someone wants to kind of implement Prout at like a local level. There's the ideological piece as well. There's the economics piece as well. There's society. So personally, for me, it was very, very complex. So, hopefully we can break it down in a way that, it's kind of, able to understand. Everyone is kind of able to understand in the group. But let me quickly share my screen. I wanted to share my few thoughts, having studied Prout, in some relative depth in the last 2, 3 years. Some of the things that do come up in Prout, and some of the misconceptions of Prout. So I wanted to kind of quickly present that. Um, is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we covered our introductions, and I wanted to kind of express myself or present. I strongly feel the need of a study circle to be able to understand the concepts of Prout. So I'm going to first kind of talk about some of the misconceptions in the understanding of Prout, and then why this study circle is important. If personally, my experience is that if I speak to like a fellow Proutist, or a fellow Margi, and if we start discussing Prout, you could see that not everyone has the same understanding of Prout. If you ask about a certain concept about what is progressive utilization theory, what is Prout, it says it's progressive utilization theory. If you ask someone what does the title mean, you will likely, if you speak with 10 people, you will get like 10 different understandings that people have around Prout. So that is a reality today. And then I just wanted to kind of, in this introduction class, present at least the 4 challenges that I have seen in kind of being able to grasp Prout myself and being able to communicate Prout. And different people have like different conceptions of what that means. Hopefully in this study circle, we are able to kind of, discuss, some of these things, so that, we are all kind of have the same understanding. But I just wanted to present some of the kind of challenges here. So, as Prout is a progressive utilization theory. So, in today's world, the word progressive does mean, something else as well. It is in the Western countries or in the advanced countries, once you say that you are progressive, you start to already being like branded, labeled, and stamped, and kind of put in a certain box, because the definition of progressive kind of more relates to kind of socialism, and kind of the various kind of things that happen. In US we have the woke culture. I mean, every country has their own flavor of being progressive. Being progressive means left of center, is what is typically known as that. But in Prout, we are not that. We are not left of center. But as soon as we say that we are a progressive utilization theory, Prout, and then people kind of think, oh, I know who you are. So I think this is really misunderstood at the very onset. As soon as people hear that you guys are progressive, and then you start to kind of kind of are ignored, or they say that we are not interested. And so I feel this is one of the things that we all have to kind of clearly understand as to what does proud mean by progressive. What is the definition of proud in progressive? um, if I move on, the second one, according to me, is cooperatives. So as soon as we say cooperatives, our economy is cooperative based. It is the same term which was used in communism as well. When Second World War ended and Germany was occupied by both forces. Germany was divided into East and West, and they started to kind of administer and reorganize the land, redistribute the land, and the main program was to kind of create cooperatives. So as soon as we say that we are a cooperative based economy, again people kind of, because of the historical kind of background and the understanding of cooperatives that people have, they again put us in a certain box that okay, this is like communism, a new form of communism, or a new form of socialism. But we are not that. Cooperatives means so much more in Prout, in terms of the economic democracy, and then how things will be laid out. So this is, according to me, a second challenge that we Proutists face in being able to explain Prout. Because if we are asked a question, you know what does the cooperative mean? So this is something that is a challenge which we Proutists should kind of be able to explain very, very properly to our audience, because cooperative is truly a hallmark of communism. If anyone has like any questions, or if anyone wants to add something, please feel free to kind of raise your hand. And if something that anyone wants to say, including like Madhusudan and Rajendra Dada and Mayank. The third item, which I have personally felt can cause like a great confusion within Prout, is that we say that we are a God-centered philosophy. So again, because of all the historical connotations of God, the Western society and Europe went through a full renaissance, from like the Dark Ages to science, from being under the clutches of dogma and kind of God centered kind of way of life, into a renaissance. And but then we Proutists, we do say that we are a God-centered philosophy. And as soon as that's something that we kind of express or explain, then again, this is the public perception is that this is like dogma. Oh, no, we don't have to do anything with God. I don't think I'm interested in Prout, because in the name of God, so many things have happened in this world. And then this whole renaissance, like I said, was created against it, to kind of get out of it, to get out of that whole exploitative machinery which was holding back the progress of society. The entire renaissance happened against the God-centered social setup. So in the name of God, so much has happened that people don't want to kind of buy it anymore. They said, no, 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 I don't want to be associated with a religion or a cult, or God. I want to be more secular. That's what everyone wants to be these days. So and then they think that if we go the Prout way, then obviously kind of we are going backwards. So again, as you can see, a big challenge for us to kind of be able to communicate our position as to what do we mean by God-centered. And I'm just bringing these up as kind of triggers in everyone's mind as to why a study circle is important, and why it is important to kind of study like what PR Sarkar has talked about, the Prout philosophy, and what do these mean in the kind of light of Prout. And then finally, A lot of the PROUT literature, you will see benevolent dictatorship. That's the term that you will see in a lot of PROUT literature, PROUT in a nutshell. As you can see in the recent decades and years, there is this entire movement to kind of move towards democracies. The Arab Springs happened, in the Middle East, where all these, dictatorships, were being kind of, there was a revolution against them to move to kind of democracies. And in today's world, if you talk about dictatorship, people will probably run away if you say that PROUT is a benevolent dictatorship. I mean, that's the reality. That's the reality of things. We just have to be able to explain, very, very well as to what this means, and so that it's not misinterpreted. So, and something for the group to kind of think about. What do you guys understand about benevolent dictatorship, right? Is PROUT going to take us back to dictatorship? On one side, we say that we are economic democracy, where local economies in the hands of the local people. But on the other side, we also say benevolent dictatorship. So will PROUT be led by a dictator, like a benevolent dictator? So these are some of the questions to kind of think about, because we will be asked these, when we are asked to kind of articulate our position of PROUT as to what does PROUT mean, because these are some of the very foundations, or the, on which PROUT is built. I see a hand is raised up. Chaitanya ji?
Yes, Dada, I have raised a hand.
Yes.
Right. So, as I gather that through this presentation, we are trying to understand what not to say directly to the people at the very outset. Am I correct?
These are some misconceptions in the understanding of PROUT. It's not about not to say to someone, but I'm just trying to make a case that how important it is for us to be able to fully understand PROUT and some of these things, to be able to kind of confidently kind of be able to talk about PROUT and kind of present it to whatever audience there is, as an alternate to the existing systems that we have.
My question is that both economic democracy and benevolent dictatorship is mentioned in the literature that we have. So I think we are, by this presentation, you mean to say that we need to basically, handle the perceptions which are already there, the prejudices which are already there in the minds of people who have been having who just had an interaction with communism or socialism. They have certain ideas in their mind already, and when we say things about PROUT to them, they relate it to the previous understanding they just had. So I mean, to create a positive perception for PROUT, we might be needing to use different terms than them to create a fresh picture in their mind. Is it what you mean to say?
I'm not saying anything in terms of any solutions by using different terms. I'm just saying this is our legacy. These things are part of PROUT. How do we kind of explain to people? Obviously, if Baba and PR Sarkar has used these terms, so how do we explain to people? And obviously, I'm not saying that there is no explanation. I'm just saying it's a misconception. Obviously, PROUT and the way Baba has written the literature, he has explained these things. So there is a
Right.
need for us to understand what this truly means to be able to kind of communicate that. So
Right. So we need to be careful while projecting to the people who are already having certain prejudice about PROUT when these terms are given to them at the very outset.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So then you want to say something?
Yes. Actually, what is also an important issue regarding this is there are many Margis and Proutists that also have these misconceptions. And that is why we need the study circle, so we can really understand ourselves what the real meaning of these terms are that Baba has given. And we're going to go through the literature and find out actually what they really mean, because if we're not clear about it, how can we explain them to other people?
Perfect. Yes.
And there's certainly other way to look about it. Yeah.
Okay, I
Exactly.
see another hand raised up, Shrija Didi.
Yes, Dada. Like what Madhusudan Dada said, exactly. I was just trying to talk about the study circle. In the Today we had our kirtan, the monthly kirtan, and I mentioned about this, and naturally there is a query on all these terms which you have used, okay, which you have pointed out, and I felt that is instead of having as a challenge, we could turn this into an opportunity where we could invoke interest in people as to why people like us are really thinking as to this is what is the way. So like it gives you a chance to explain and talk more about what is proud. Be it the Margis or even among the non-Margis, it's really interesting to explain the topic, and then it opens up to a much wider angle. So I have been seeing this as a opportunity, more than a like rather than a challenge. So maybe different people had different experience. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Okay, so like I said, my goal was to just kind of just share with the group some of the things that I have seen. I also have like a small, like a 2-minute video, and it's a YouTube video. It's a discussion at the World Government Summit 2017. This is an old video. It's a 7-year-old video. It happened in Dubai, and it's basically an interviewer's conversation with Elon Musk. So I just want to preface that the purpose of showing this video is not to kind of support anything that is being said in the video, but to just kind of highlight that based on the great technological advances that are happening in the world today, along with the geopolitical situation, it seems to me that there is a search for a new system is already going on. People are obviously realizing, that the old systems or the systems that we have today is no longer going to work for like what future we are seeing, especially in terms of technology and AI. So the point to highlight here is that while in this video the speaker kind of talks about a solution that he has or he thinks will be needed in the future. I mean, so we obviously kind of are very, very different from what is being said, but the purpose was just to show that there is a search going on in the world, that there is a new system that is needed. And us in this group, obviously we think that PROUT is that system, and having studied PROUT, it kind of gives a lot of answers that we are looking for. So another reason that if we are to kind of be the representations of what proud truly means, because who else will kind of represent and explain proud if we ever are kind of asked about it. So another reason for us to kind of solidly know what proud is and what do these stand, some of these terms that I just showed, so that we are able to kind of communicate that properly. So I just kind of play this video. Just give me 1 second.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. What to do about mass
We
unemployment?
don't see.
This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Sorry, Manishi.
Basic income. Universal basic income. I think it's.
Yes.
Yeah, we cannot see the video if you can get the video on screen.
You screen on the presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Desktop. Thank you, Manji.
There you go.
Is the YouTube video visible now?
Yes, it's here.
Yes.
You can see.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I'd like to again say that, in this video, they talk about universal basic income. That's not what, I'm trying to show. I'm just trying to show that, how kind of, already there is a discussion going on around like something new that will be needed. So that was the purpose. So. And PROUT is not universal basic income, by the way, just an FYI. So I'm not supporting what he's saying, but I'm just trying to show something new is being kind of been, searched.
Fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Universal basic income.
Universal basic income. I think it's going to be necessary.
So it means that unemployed people will be paid across the globe.
Yeah.
Because there is no job, machine robot is taking over.
That's simply and I want to be clear that these are not things that I think that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen. And if my assessment is correct and they probably will happen, then we need to say, what are we going to do about it? And I think some kind of a universal basic income is going to be necessary. Now, the output of goods and services will be extremely high. So with automation, there will come abundance. There will be almost everything will get very cheap. I think the biggest. I think we'll just end up doing a universal basic income. It's going to be necessary. The harder challenge, much harder challenge, is how do people then have meaning? Like a lot of people, they derive their meaning from their employment. So if you don't have, if you're not needed, if there's not a need for your labor, how do you? What's the meaning? Do you have meaning? Do you feel useless? That's a much harder problem to deal with.
Watch what boiled eggs do to your body.
Have you ever noticed how you could easily eat?
So again, like I said, you heard on the video, that economy of abundance, because Elon Musk says that because of all the technology that is going to come, automation, there will be an abundance. So PROUT also says an economy of abundance, by the way. So that's something that he says that will happen. What he thinks as a solution is that's not PROUT is. PROUT is not universal basic income. It's a lot more. But just wanting to just share with the group that obviously people like him are kind of identified the problem or the issue that we will face with any technological revolution in the history of humanity has brought in a lot of changes in terms of productivity and how kind of society reorganizes. So that's not new, but I think what is kind of new is that people are already realizing this is like 7 years back. And as you may have noted, the background, it's a World Government Summit. PROUT, we talk about world government. We are an economy of abundance, is what we say. But the solution in their mind is like, obviously, kind of still looking for it. But they say universal basic income. That's not PROUT. PROUT is a lot more. But just wanted to share another reason as to why the understanding and the reading of PROUT is so critical at this point in time. Oh, Maingji, you have your hand raised. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think you have covered most of what I was trying to say. Yeah. So Elon Musk is a capitalist, and this universal basic income is like a capitalistic concept. But at least they are also recognizing that there is a problem that with change in technology, with AI, with automation, there is going to be problem of unemployment if they don't do something like this. But yeah, as you said, I mean, this is not PROUT. This is more like a capitalistic system. And even the capitalists are worried what will happen if there's automation and unemployment.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, the last the last two slides, and since this is an introduction, obviously, the classes, the meetings going next forward will kind of specifically focus on topics, what we want to do. But since this is our first meeting, I think, we felt that, kind of talking about, some background as to, the needs of the study circle and then what we do is kind of something important. That's why we kind of, took it this way. Um, a lot of times, we hear, whenever we go into like PROUT symposiums and PROUT conferences, a lot of the Margis and people like us ask, oh, what can we do? Because PROUT obviously is about, government and economy, and then, it needs a lot of change to, how society is structured right now. So I just wanted to pull from like, this, picture right here. It's from PROUT in a Nutshell, Volume 1, Part 5. The chapter is Discourses on PROUT, which Baba clearly kind of says as to, what we as Proutists need to do. So he says, as intellectual revolution is of a democratic nature, Proutists are to make people conscious of their rights and demands. This can be done by starting study circles and popularizing ideological literature. So that's what we are doing. So, this is in fact, the first step that, in fact, Baba also says that, we should start study circles. We should understand, what PROUT is, and then only we can popularize the literature. This is the first phase of intellectual propaganda. It starts from ideological education, and then he kind of goes on into like the next steps. But just wanted to highlight that this is something that, directly Baba says as to what we could do, while we are kind of, uh, wanting to do something about PROUT. And just kind of, this is truly off topic, but I just wanted to kind of let everyone in the group know, there is a PROUT Now online magazine. If you go to proudnow.com, you will see, the magazine where, there are a lot of articles, wonderful articles, which have been written mostly by, you know um, you know, Margis around the world. In fact, it's a multilingual global magazine. So this is also another way to kind of express yourself and write articles. This team right here, Madhusudan, Rajendra Dada, Mayank, and myself, we are part of the editorial team. So, this is another way to kind of, if you want to kind of say something, if you have an opinion about, what's going on in the world, or and it need not be proud, by the way. We've had uh, articles that are written on health, on society, on spirituality. Someone has something to say about something. So this is a good way to kind of express yourself. So if anyone wants to kind of send anything to us, or if you have questions, newsletter at proudnow.com is something that you can reach out to us. But it's one of us who will respond to you. And the final slide for today is that we the organizers of this study circle kind of had a lot of brainstorming about which topics to choose for the study circle and how to go about it. In the WhatsApp group, you will see the list of topics that were mentioned are a bit different from like what is in this screen. So basically, if you look at all the literature of P.R. Sarkar, Shri Anand Murthy ji, he hasn't kind of written PROUT as if in a certain kind of dictation that this is a certain book on PROUT. he has given lectures, for all the way from 1955 up until 1990. And then, you know, a lot of those lectures were compiled into what we know as the volumes of PROUT. We have PROUT in a nutshell, volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 volumes. And somewhere I also read that, it was Baba's wish and kind of uh, desire that all these be published chronologically, the articles. So we went back and kind of, looked at, what Baba has written in these, and we wanted to kind of chronologically kind of go, because as you can see, the first topic that we had selected for today was the evolution of society, that was given in 1955. So Prout was given in 1959. So obviously he's preparing to kind of give PROUT, but he's starting to talk about the society and social psychology. So that's the kind of approach that we took. We thought that reading directly what Baba has given will kind of be more kind of meaningful and appreciated within this group, than to kind of create material based off of topics that we could come up with, um, and kind of study that. So this is what we have identified as, like, the topics from Prout in a Nutshell Volume 1. There are 4 volumes. From Volume 1, we identified these 12 topics that we wanted to go through chronologically to kind of start to understand Prout. Anything to share? Any questions?
I have question about the steps of revolution. In this photo, in these 3 steps, it is from discussions on PROUT, and in original version of the book, there also were 7 points of non-democratic revolution, and I have not understand them. Have you read those 7 points of non-democratic revolution?
Is that a topic in one of the Prout in a Nutshell volumes?
Yes, if we take the discourses of PROUT as original version, as it was printed in 1959, because the last version is edited by the Java group, as I understand. Anyway, I have
Do you have that?
screen.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I can send to WhatsApp.
Yes.
I just need to understand what means these points. I need some moments. I download, then send.
So you're saying, do you have like the full volume that was
Yes,
published?
also including that original without cutting.
Do you have those, like the soft? Okay, I'm seeing your WhatsApp message.
Yes, it is some points. It is almost same. It is a first edition, first version, and but in modern version it was edited as intellectual revolution and the physical revolution. In originally it was democratic, non-democratic, and Baba hardly say that democratic revolution will not work, so we should follow non-democratic way. Wow, so hard.
So I see what you have sent in the WhatsApp group. Can you like send what's the chapter name?
Chapter name, it is I think it is the last 5. It's the end of 5th chapter.
Okay, we may have to take that offline, maybe, Mikhail. I will try to
Yes.
understand from you what you have. What we picked this from the
Okay.
electronic version. So I have
Okay.
like electronic version. But if there is something that you have like from 1955, like you're saying, that was published, so obviously we'd like to see that. And then, based on what you have, we obviously can kind of see, whether like it's different or like.
Okay. Anyway, my main point, it was just understand what means those 7 points of non-democratic revolution. It was a main point because I still don't understand it. Democratic revolution, I understand how it works. I have some idea, vision, but of non-democratic, I cannot understand.
We can.
Okay, offline. Okay, or I mean,
No.
not right now.
Yeah, we'll see how that fits in because and depending on which year PR Sarkar talked about the topic that you are referring to. So, but we can like maybe I can get in touch with you to kind of get more information, and I'll do some research as well, and then maybe in the next session we'll just see how to address that. Okay, I think Shrija Didi has her hand raised up.
Yes, Dada, actually, volume is much low, and I was not really able to hear what that discussion was about. Now, like, my question is, like, how are we splitting this? Is it like we are going to cover these, discourses, in the level 1, or we are having a, different topics covered out of this? How's the syllabus going to be?
So our plan is that every week we will select a topic and we will send it to the full group, so that the group should read that topic prior to the coming to the next session, and then we can kind of present our analysis if we have a question, and we can have like a deeper discussion on that topic you know in that next session. So that was our plan.
Oh, so you mean the 4 weeks, totally 12 weeks, right? The 12 weeks is the 12 chapters.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So it's level 1 you're talking about, 3 weeks.
Yes.
And you will be sending materials on this.
Yes, every week. So we already sent the evolution of society, that topic. We have sent it in the WhatsApp group. So actually, we just have 2 more minutes. So we will be very respectful of everyone's time. We will be finishing in 1 hour. Every week. So obviously today was our first session. We have obviously seen each other, so which is very nice to see. We've kind of had some small introductions to kind of get to know each other well. And since this was the first meeting, I wanted to give a background as to kind of why this study circle is important, and also talk about some of the things that we will be doing. So we'll start with our first topic, the evolution of society, next week. Okay, so any final questions, thoughts? Obviously, we are very, very happy to kind of have everyone here, but any final questions or thoughts that anyone has? Or most welcome to share it in our WhatsApp group as well. Yes, go ahead.
Actually, this effort has been really, awesome, as to you just covering it with the specific discourses. So that will also give us a much easier way, because it's directly from Baba's work.
Yes.
So it's going to be much, accept, people can relate to it much better. So probably I think we have a different way of doing it. So it's a good effort. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, what do we do with those who don't have WhatsApp working?
That's a good question. Who asked that question? Sorry.
It's Krishna. WhatsApp doesn't work for me.
Oh. Do you have like any other way that we can send you the topic? I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I get somebody Sudan Telegram. Well, WhatsApp absolutely doesn't work for me.
No, do you have an email ID, Krishna?
No, don't use my email. Use only Telegram.
I don't know how to solve that, because we don't want to move this entire group to Telegram now, because we are already.
No, I don't want it to move. I just want one person to be my contact.
Oh, okay.
So, but Madhusudan is fine.
Madhusudan, can you help with that?
Yeah, I can take care of that.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, yeah, we can do that, Krishnaji.
Thank you.
Yes, most welcome.
I just want to inform everybody that WhatsApp doesn't work for everybody. I think.
No, good to know.
I had a question that I want to ask.
Yeah, let's make that as the final question. We are already
Yes.
2 minutes over, so and then we will close the session.
Yeah, I'll make it very brief. So you said that we can have our presentations after reading the material shared with us. So what is going to be the flow of the class?
So it's a good question. Obviously, we expect everyone to be able to read, the chapter. So we'll obviously see if someone has read or not. I don't think there should be a need to kind of read it in the class because that's something that we can do, um, before the class. Um, the what I have in my mind is that one of the organizers of the study circle, the four of us, we will present our analysis first. We will present the topic as to maybe some background into it, and then we will see if there are any questions, if there is any kind of more clarity needed, and we will kind of go from there. So if we will keep it a bit fluid. Obviously, we don't want any crosstalk. We don't want this to be like a complete discussion that and everyone is having among everyone else's. So we will have some rules before we kind of have a group discussion. We are around 12 people. So but that's what we'll start with one of us will present the analysis, present the topic, and then we will kind of maybe go one by one to see what everyone has to add. So that's how we kind of plan to kind of run that.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you so very much, everyone, for
So,
joining. Yes.
Sorry, Dada, I just to intervene. Just a short question. So that means everybody will make a presentation.
No,
Like
no. It's more so. I mean, even it's just about talking about the topic, and
Oh.
there need not be like a physical PowerPoint presentation. Just presenting your analysis, verbally.
Okay, in short. Fine.
Yes.
Your takeaway, probably we could say that.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Okay, so thank you so very much again, everyone. Hope to see everyone in the next class, and thanks for being patient. Also, this is a new group. We are coming together, from like all over the globe. So, feel free to kind of provide any suggestions, if you have any in the WhatsApp group. So, but looking forward to kind of continuing this and then having some good, thoughtful discussions as part of this process. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Everyone, have a good rest of the day. Namaskar.
Namaskar.